Wham! Hi, I'm Henry Rosewall. Welcome back to the Hen House. Joining me on the sofa today is our very own Louise Moore. Huge studio round of applause there. Can you hear them all out in the studio audience?
Fan cards.
Absolute crickets. So I'm going to be talking to you today, learning a little bit more about you and about your job here at Chaos, because in all honesty, I went obviously to see you this morning to do my research, said, what is it you do here? Because all I've ever seen is you looking absolutely fabulous.
Obviously.
A diamond diva sat there with a sassy remark, ready to go. Or she's at the printer.
Always at the printer.
Always at that printer.
All the action happens at the printer.
It's our water cooler, isn't it?
It is.
That's where you go for the gossip.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do here at Chaos?
So I am what we call a change coach for the coast to coast area, which is sort of Truro down to Camborne, Falmouth, Penryn, for the Positive People team.
So that covers that whole space, because I know obviously you lot are all based up here.
So this is our base, yeah.
This is where you're based. So what does it involve for those people, for those places? What do you do?
So Positive People is a employment and training program. So we support people that are unemployed to gain access to employment and training as their end goal. And it's about breaking down those barriers that are stopping them from getting to where they want to be. So that could be anything really that's stopping you. It can be accessing mental support services. It could be equipment for jobs that you might need, shoes, clothing, that sort of thing.
I think a lot of that, I said the same thing with social prescribing. It's that people don't know the support's there. If they know the support's there, then they'll happily go out and look for it and get it. But it's even knowing that you've got to take that step, isn't it? That first one to go, oh, actually, these people are here to help me with these things.
So we went recently sort of to the enrolment process of some of the colleges because we have a good relationship with the tutors at some of the colleges, and they sort of fed back to us that some people show interest in courses, but they don't end up enrolling because they can't afford the equipment. So, for example, a hairdressing course, you've got to purchase the uniform. You've got to purchase the kit that you need to do the course. You might need some shoes because you're on your feet all day.
It's getting to and from these things as well. Absolutely,
So
especially being so rural where we're too down here.
So we can look at purchasing all those things for you, because that's breaking down a barrier for you, to enable you to then go on, complete your course, and then potentially get employment either within a salon or on a self-employment.
Higher education, things like that. This is the thing, I think, like you say, it's that barrier, isn't it, where people immediately put up that block in their mind of,
can't do it.
No, I've not got this. No, I've not got that. And you sort of think, well, let's break that down. And once you've got through that, you breakthrough time, isn't it? You know, there's nothing stopping you.
And the good thing about the Positive People team in general is that we are very positive. So whatever your barrier is, we will find that solution.
You're happy to find it.
Yeah. So as long as people are willing to work with us, we're willing to
look and help with them.
To look and break down that barrier with you. And sometimes it is just a little bit of reassurance and just having that little bit of guidance.
Having somebody there. I think a lot of the time, even just talking through it with somebody is a huge help. You know, when you say something aloud, you sort of think, oh, actually, do you know what? I've just come up with the answer myself. I can do this and I can sort it out.
And it can be something so small. So, for example, I was working with a lady and she hasn't been in employment for a long, long time. And she finally plucked up the courage to apply for a job. Brilliant. And on the day of her interview, she was feeling rotten. All her confidence had gone. She rings me up. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I can't. Okay. So went and picked her up, brought her into Iconic. She had a wash, cut and blow dry, came out of there feeling amazing, went and did her interview and got the job. Bish, bash, bosh.
Honest, I don't want to say it's that easy.
But it is.
But something like that is that easy, isn't it?
But I think people sometimes overthinking, and we're all guilty of overthinking things.
And I think if
know
you
I
get
am.
it on a bad day as well, that
Yeah.
is pure luck of the draw, isn't it? If you get it on a bad day, but like you say, if you're going and getting her and going and having her hair done, things like that, that's such a small thing with a huge difference. Such a difference. It's your mindset, isn't it? It
Yeah.
resets it.
And I think the beautiful thing about chaos in general is that we all sing from the same hymn sheet, and we all have that empathy. And because one of the things the lady fed back to me, what helped her was the hairdresser Rihanna, was so kind and so supportive and so filled her with confidence and praise.
That's what she took with her.
And that's what she took with her. She came out of there with a complete stranger showing her kindness and with a fabulous new hairdo.
It's just reassured her to then go onto that interview. You go in with your strengths then, don't you? After having something like that happen, you think, oh, actually, do you know what? I'm in a good mood because of this now. And I really think it shows a lot of the time.
And it just emphasised that if you feel good on the outside, you feel good on the
Feeling
inside.
good, looking gorgeous.
Feeling
I mean,
fab.
nobody else can say that apart from Ariel over here and Edna from The Incredibles. You know, if anybody can talk, it's us. So how long have you done your job here then?
So I've worked for Chaos coming up to 9 years, but I've
At your age? You started when you were what, like literally, 8, 9 years old?
Yeah, I didn't finish school.
Oh, that's not legal.
I've been in my change coach role for not long, about 10 months.
I bet there's something different with that, isn't there?
It's completely different to anything I've ever done. So I started with Chaos as a community carer, and then worked my way up from there throughout different roles within the company. And when I started this job, I remember going to my manager and going, oh, I don't think I can do this.
Yeah.
This isn't what I normally do.
It's just so different, isn't it?
But I think if you've just, all you need is a little bit of empathy,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of human kindness, bit of understanding, and you've got it.
I think those things are like chaos through and through times 100%, aren't they? You know, those are the qualities that you, like you said, we've definitely all got here. We all share that ethos of it. So you started as a carer, a community carer then? Yeah,
a community carer, out on the round for the sort of learning disabilities and the elderly. I then went on to do paediatrics. So that was working with children with life-limiting disabilities. I then came into the stay-at-home office and started doing the rotas and all those sorts of bits. And then I moved on to Positive People.
I think that really is a career path success story, isn't it, in that sense? Because that's what you think of when you think of a career path within the care industry, for example. You know, yourself, you didn't know it was what you wanted to do.
No.
But you've gone into it, tried it, clearly thriving. Look at you.
And it was literally, I just got up one day and I thought, so I worked in pubs.
Okay, I never got that from you.
Such a delight. And I just woke up one day and thought, I want to do care. And I literally went online, Googled it, stay at home came up, I gave them a ring.
And that was that.
And that was it.
And here you are now, today, counting your blessings.
And now they can't get rid of me.
Oh, we wouldn't dream of it. We wouldn't want to. I don't know what you mean. But like I say, it's lovely to hear. You know, it's almost like one of your own, isn't it, coming through, and when it's internal in the company as well, because you know everybody here, everybody then knows you, and it's you sort of get a head start almost, don't you?
Yeah, and I hit the floor running a bit because I knew all the other staff, and I have a good relationship with them all, and I think it's really important part of your job to get on with your team and have a relationship with your team. And honestly, I come to work sometimes and I feel guilty for getting paid because I laugh. And I laugh and I laugh. And I think we all bounce off each other. And we all have bad days. But when we're having a bad day, the other people are there to...
It doesn't take 5 minutes on that bad day to go have a coffee, bump into somebody and find yourself creased over laughing.
Yeah,
this is
at the printer.
At the printer. That's literally what happens, is you're going, oh my God, I've got this to deal with, and you bump into somebody, you think, I want to be happy because they're happy, and that's then you're happy then.
You're done.
That's it.
We're happy again.
Being picked right up, and it really is that easy.
Yeah.
So what challenges have you had doing the role you're doing now? What do you find challenging?
What do I find challenging?
Oh, it must be such a difficult question for you. Somebody's so perfect.
Such a delight. What I find challenging is sometimes, so you've got to go at, everybody's different,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got to go at people's paces.
Yeah.
So it's okay telling me that you want to go to a college and do a hair course. That's fine, we'll organise that straight away.
Yeah.
But actually, it's about taking those baby steps until you're ready to get to that hair course. So it might be looking at mental health services or childcare or something like that. And it's just about going, everybody's different,
Yeah.
and going at everybody's
It's
pace.
gauging that
Yeah.
pace. I mean, I imagine if
Yeah.
you've got a new client as such, you've got to very quickly decipher what pace they should be
Yeah.
going at and what's an advantage to them.
Yeah. And it's because we do a lot, because of COVID, we do a lot of work over the telephone, which for some people works brilliantly. But I need to get a real insight into that person's life,
Yeah,
so I
absolutely.
can support them the best I can. And sometimes, and I would be the same, just a voice on the end of the phone.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you disclose?
This is it. You don't spill all the beans
No,
sometimes, do
and it's
you?
about getting to know that person and then earning their trust.
And I think if you're somebody that doesn't particularly enjoy phone calls as such, you want that phone call over and done with.
Yeah.
I'm chatting to Lou and I'm thinking, right, please, I want to finish this
Stop it
now.
now.
Yeah, that's enough. you know.
Signals going.
And then it's all, yeah, but like you say, everybody's different in that. Some cases, people might think, yeah, this is great on the phone.
Yeah.
I can get on with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can check up on you on the phone.
And for somebody that suffers with anxiety or something like that, going out to meet somebody that they've never met before is really daunting. So for those people, a telephone conversation is perfect.
After today, that you're not going to have any concerns of people being worried about you coming out to meet them, are you? There's not going to be any worry of that whatsoever. You just send them this video and you say, look, no, she's fine, really.
I might have to take the
Honestly,
wig. I might have to take
it's
the
a
hair.
wig, you're joking.
No,
I don't know what to
don't
believe.
tell anybody.
So we've gone over the challenges that you face, obviously. Now, I'll give you the fun bit. What's your favourite part of the job, apart from seeing all of our gorgeous smiling faces every day?
Well, apart from that, favourite part of the job.
Not fish and chips on a Thursday or a Friday either. That doesn't count. Yeah, so was it genuinely about to be fish and chips on a Friday?
Favourite part of the job, there's a couple, is seeing somebody, working with somebody, and then just watching their progress. It's like it sounds really cheesy and really corny.
I get it, completely working here. I know what you mean. You don't want to be so passionate about it, but it is hard. It's very passionate, isn't it?
Yeah, and just seeing somebody that. So when I first started on Positive People, one of my first participants was a lady that has such poor mental health. She really was struggling, and she was on. I worked with her for about 6 months, and she's now in employment, and she's able to leave the house, and she's able to just go to community events with her daughter and
outliving her life,
engage with other mums, and literally she blew my mind because she'd done so well, and she did all the hard work. All we did is support her in the background, and then obviously I've got to say this because they'll get cross with me, it's the team.
It is though, isn't it? That's what's even worse, is that they are all lovely
Winds
people.
me up.
They're just all so lovely, aren't they?
But yeah, it's lush coming to work and working with, because we're all real people. We've all had our own struggles. We're not judgmental because we've been in situations.
This is it. At the end of on the other end of the phone, it is people like us, real people that have had the same problems as a lot of these people. And it's like, we're not some big conglomerate business. You're going to get through to us, and we're a person on the other end of the phone.
Absolutely,
at the end of the day.
And it just seeing how it doesn't matter what your situation is. There's always room to progress and improve. I was a single mum at 19, and the judgment around me was, single mum, 19. Oh, here we go.
That's it. Yeah, very cliche.
Yeah, I've managed to do it, and if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's very.
That is what it's about, isn't it? It really is, and it's you and the team are there to. You're not even knocking down these barriers for people. You're just showing them how to. They're knocking all these barriers down.
They're doing it all themselves.
You're just giving them a little point in the right direction to say, look, why don't you do this? Only because you've done it before. you've got, this wealth of experience to say, well, actually, I did that with so and that worked really well.
Yeah.
And
I
you
think
can go back to
to
that.
be a change coach, all you need is a little bit of knowledge and a lot of empathy. You got it then.
Do you think I could do it?
Absolutely.
Do you?
Only
You're
if you
gonna
wear the
poach me?
beret.
This little beret. Do you think they'll sympathise with me?
Yeah.
They'll think, well, clearly he's got some barriers to knock down.
He's got some wardrobe barriers.
I think there's a barrier. I can't get in the wardrobe. That's the problem. I don't know what you're talking about. So, to wrap things up here, I've got really important, hard-hitting questions here.
Do I need
What's
tissue?
the tea tonight?
Wow.
Yeah. I know. I didn't know if you wanted me to broach this. I didn't know whether to ask you first where we were
The
at.
thing is, I had a bit of an argument with my husband last night.
And here we go. Dish. Let's do this. Let's do this. Does he watch the show? Huge fan.
Don't care. Well, we had a row, and I ain't talking to him. I know. I'm being very brave.
So you've got to do your own thing for tea tonight.
So I might
Takeaway?
get my daughter. We'll go out for tea.
Lovely.
And he can fend for himself.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you by 7 o'clock I'll have a bunch of flowers and everything will be lovely.
Mother-daughter night. Where are you going to go for tea? Where's the treat? Have you got to pay?
Of course I have got to pay.
There you go then. So
Maybe.
you're like, Weatherspoons.
Maybe we'll go somewhere posh and I'll go home first.
Tell him to pick up the bill.
And get
him to pick up.
a little invoice written.
Or why don't you say to him, look, I know what happened yesterday happened. Why don't we go out for dinner? And then let him pay. Or do you just don't even want him at the dinner?
I'd prefer him not
You don't
to
even want him at
come.
the dinner. I'm really trying to make this work for you here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to come up with some solutions to your barriers here. I'm ever so sorry.
Hat. No, I don't know what's for tea.
Jackie potato, favourite Jackie potato topping?
Oh, these questions
I know.
are
I
intense.
told you they're hard hitting. I told you.
Well, it depends what mood I'm in. Now,
I don't like tuna. I'm sorry. I'm going to get it out there now before you say tuna. I don't like it.
what don't you like about it?
My mum never liked it,
let's
so I
turn
think
this
we're going to
round. I'll
unpack this. We're
interview
going to
you.
unpack this. My mum didn't like it, so I think as a child I've picked up on that and thought, oh, gross, no, tuna, not for me. And now every time I go to have it, it's just, no, not for me.
No.
I don't do fish. I don't do seafoody.
Oh, don't
I do
you?
seafood. I do shellfish, crab, lobster, whitebait, the good, the mussels,
The good stuff.
the good stuff. I'll do fish and chips
On a Thursday.
on a Thursday if you invite me. Please, all right, hard-hitting journalism. Why don't the digital team get asked about fish and chips?
Because you get a takeaway every lunchtime. Every lunchtime we see you with them boxes.
You're not a co-host. I think this is getting a bit much now. I should have kept you in the green room.
Tables have turned.
I knew this. So, jacket potato topping?
Jacket potato would have to be cheese and beans, but melted
Classic.
cheese.
Yeah,
melted
okay,
cheese.
yeah. And then beans on top?
Yeah.
That's
Do you know what I cannot have
Oh, no.
anywhere near me? Like, to the extent I seen one in a cup the other day that I had to clean.
I'm trying to think what it
And
would
it
have
made
been
me
in a cup.
retch.
A sausage?
A tomato.
Oh, really?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You don't do tomatoes?
Oh, someone left some salsa in a cup and I had to wash the cup.
I'm so sorry you had to do that.
I
I
was
really
dipping.
am. Next time, if anything like that should happen again,
I'm gonna get
either
you.
you come get me or there is a fire alarm on every wall in the building. Hit that sucker
That's
and say,
it.
right, we're out of here.
We've got an
We're out of here.
emergency.
There's salsa in this cup.
They just
Not for you.
not for me at all.
Before, because I can't tell if you could tell, but we've clearly gone off subject
Oh,
here.
sorry.
So,
I was at
no,
home.
it's fine. The subject I'm turning it around to, we're just going to stick with work ever so slightly.
Mhm.
Secret Santa present, £20 your limit. What would you want?
Has he got his bleeper ready?
What? No, you can't. No. I was trying to think. What is it? Oh, okay, that's what it is. 20 quid. You can get 20 of them for the pound shop.
I
You'll be fine.
know.
I was going to say a mug.
What I love, I think you can't beat a bit of jewellery.
For 20 quid?
Well, maybe we'd have to extend the budget a little bit.
No, it's a work Secret Santa.
Oh, 20 quid. And it's got to be clean.
On this it does. What you actually get, I'm not saying is going to be
Okay.
clean, but right now, what
I
you say,
think-
yes, please.
A mug with my face on it,
Okay.
saying
Lou's the best.
Amazing.
Amazing, Lou.
Amazing.
Absolutely
Maybe
amazing.
wearing
With
my hair
what we'll do is after
and
this, we'll get some
beret.
headshots done.
Get it on the mug.
Get it on the mug.
Maybe a saucer.
Merch. We're selling the merch. A coaster.
Hashtag Chaos
Hashtag
Group on
mouse
Twitter.
mats.
Mouse mats.
T-shirts.
Socks. Pants. a
Oh, it
lot.
never ends. Bed sheets.
Oh.
Matching set.
Oh,
Oven mitt.
let's get it on the market. Let's do a request on the market.
This is it. Have we got the funding? We'll be fine. We'll put
We'll
it through.
find it.
Well, in all honesty, I know you don't come in this way much, especially let alone in
Don't.
front of the cameras for a
No.
chat.
So I'm not looking.
Oh, have you had a look?
No.
It is funny. Have a look. Look at the telly. That's what we look like. Look at your hairline.
Oh, no, beautiful.
It's not a wig, I promise.
It's not a wig.
But no, thank you very much for coming and talking
You are
to me.
welcome.
I didn't have to drag you by your ankles. You were a pretty willing participant, I must say.
Always one to help.
Always, we could have said a lot of things then, but let's stick with always one to help.
Always one to
There you
help.
go. Always one to help. The fabulous Louise Moore from our Positive People team here at Chaos Group. I'm going to throw it back to the studio now because we're having far too much fun here, and we can get to the nitty gritty and find out what that Secret Santa present really was.